Baltimore Ravens, Philadelphia Eagles. What a great game we got here. Two of the best teams in the league. Philadelphia Eagles beat the Baltimore Ravens 24-19. We'll talk about that. What's next for the Ravens? What's next for the Eagles? All of that on the flip side.
Yeah, have I been gone this long? They actually have a tablet ordering system now where you don't even got to talk to nobody no more.
Yeah.
I go in there, I'm like, I put my order, I'm like, was this always here?
Yeah.
This is your boy Retro Recap, Double R Podcast, Ravens, Orioles. All right, everybody, welcome in. This is your boy Retro Recap for the Double R Podcast. And as I mentioned, Philadelphia Eagles improved to 10-2 with a 24-19 win over the Baltimore Ravens, and which was a battle of two heavyweights, one in the NFC and one in the AFC. And Baltimore came out swinging. They held Philadelphia to a punt on their first drive. Ravens got the ball, scored the field goal, moved the ball pretty good, and then they got their second possession. They drove down the field, touchdown Ravens, missed the extra point, but it was 9-0 Baltimore Ravens. You're thinking, okay, this is looking good for the Baltimore Ravens. And then Philadelphia was like, you know what? Let's turn up the heat a little bit. Let's turn up the intensity a little bit. And then the defense really got going. Ravens really didn't muster anything after that. Final numbers, Jalen Hurts, 11 of 19 for 118 yards, a touchdown. The storyline coming into this game is MVP candidate Saquon Barkley after that 255-yard performance against the Los Angeles Rams. How was he going to do against the Ravens? Well, he followed that up with a 23 carries, 107 yards, and one touchdown. AJ Brown AJ Brown did most of his work in that one quarter, in that second quarter, but he finished the game with 5 catches for 66 yards. Over on the Ravens side, Lamar Jackson's numbers look okay, despite the offense not really doing anything. His numbers was 23 of 36, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, the other star running back, 19 carries, 82 yards. And Zay Flowers, what happened to Zay Flowers in this game? He started off so hot. 3 catches for 74 yards, and Zay Flowers did nothing else after that. Total yards, the Eagles only had 252 yards of total offense. That's it. The Eagles had 252 yards of total offense, no turnovers, 17 first downs. The Ravens had 372 yards of total offense. A lot of that came in that last drive. 0 turnovers, 24 first downs, and they led the time of possession 33 minutes to 26 minutes. So Baltimore led in every stat except the stat that matters the most, and that's the scoreboard. Baltimore had more yards. Baltimore had more first downs. Baltimore had more better time of possession. Baltimore had more rushing yards. Baltimore had more passing yards. Baltimore had obviously had more receiving yards. They literally led in almost every category, which makes this game more frustrating because there's not really one stat that you lost in except the one that matters the most, and that is the final scoreboard. So we already knew going into this game, Philly is a very good team, well-coached team, very good defense. I think the thing that stood out to me the most is the defensive front of the Eagles. The defensive line is really good. Pressure on Lamar Jackson all day. Lamar Jackson got sacked 3 times. He got rushed well more than that. I feel like every drop back, Lamar Jackson had somebody in his face. And so that was the thing. If there's one way to beat the Ravens, you gotta have a good front four. They were playing zone coverage mostly the whole game, but you can play zone coverage when you have a defensive line that's in the backfield almost every play. So that was the storyline. I can't say the Ravens didn't use Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry got 19 carries in this game. So I can't sit there and say, like, well, Baltimore did not utilize Derrick Henry. They gave him the ball. Lamar Jackson missed a few throws in this game that he's going to want to have back. He missed one to Isaiah Likely, who was wide open, that could have kept the drive going. He missed one to Zay Flowers, where I don't know what he was going to throw the ball in the dirt. I don't know what that was. So Lamar Jackson, even though his numbers look okay, Lamar Jackson did not have his best game that we know he can have in a big game. Like his stat sheet looks good, but this is one of those things where you have to watch the games. Lamar Jackson's stat sheet looks good, yes, but I don't think he played his best game. I think this is one of his worst games actually that he's played. Not his worst, but one of the worst games. And if you're talking about in all of the losses that the Ravens have had, the 5 losses, this is definitely one of his worst played games. Like I said, Mark Andrews came to play. 6 catches for 67 yards, had a great touchdown grab in the first quarter, which was a really good throw by Lamar Jackson. Threw the ball only to where Mark Andrews could get the ball and no one else. Outside of that, Lamar Jackson didn't really have a lot of great throws in this game. And that's a lot to do with Philadelphia's pressure. And also just Lamar Jackson just missed some throws. So great overall win for Philly. I'm not going to say this is a bad loss for the Ravens. Of course you want them to win, but you lost to a really good football team. So there's no shame in losing to a good football team, even though you wanted to win this game. It's a good football team. Baltimore Ravens are on their bye week next week, so that's great. It'll give them a chance to regroup. They play the New York Giants after their bye week. Should be a win there. You know the Ravens are going to be pissed in that game, coming off their bye week. They're gonna take a lot of that frustration on the Giants. Philadelphia Eagles, who do they play next week? They play the Carolina Panthers, so they should maintain momentum. A really good win. They'll play the Steelers after that, but you got after this win, you got the Panthers. So they already on what a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game win streak. You got the Panthers. That's gonna be 9 wins in a row. Philly is cooking right now, and they are really making the Lions. They are really making them a case for themselves that they are a threat, as well as the Lions. Maybe more of a threat than the Lions in the NFC. So at the end of the day, Philly did what they had to do. They gave Saquon Barkley the ball 23 times, and that's what good teams do. Give the ball to your star players, and that's what they did. Jalen Hurts didn't really light up the stat sheet, but Jalen Hurts did what he needed to do to win this game. When you got a good running game like the Eagles do, there's no need for Jalen Hurts to throw the ball 35 times a game. So good job for the Eagles. And great. I think the Ravens, let's talk about the Ravens defense. I thought the Ravens defense played pretty good. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, they only gave up 252 yards of total offense. You held them under 300 yards of offense. I thought this is one of the better performances for this defense this season. I think the Ravens defense has been playing pretty good ever since that Steelers game. I think the Ravens defense has been playing pretty good. I think they played good against the Steelers, even though they lost. I think they played pretty good against the Chargers. And I think they played good against the Broncos too. And they played good against the Eagles. So, you know, the defense has been playing pretty good. The defense has been getting torched all year long. But I think ever since they made the move for Tre'Davious White instead of Marcus Williams, I think that move has paid, not Marcus Williams, not Tre'Davious White. Ardarius Washington was in there, but I think Ardarius Washington is on the injured list. But when they made that move and put Tre'Davious White in there, I thought the defense got better. But every time the defense plays good, the offense doesn't play good. The defense in the Steelers game played good. They lost that game because the offense didn't do anything. This game, the defense plays good. The offense doesn't produce. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things. But nonetheless, good job by Philly for taking care of business on the road. Good environment. Not an easy place to win games. I think they said this is the Eagles' first win ever in Baltimore in their history. So good for them. Good for them. As far as improvements for the Ravens, what I would like to see, obviously Rashad Bateman got hurt. I think that was also played a factor. Rashad Bateman can get open. They said Rashad Bateman got injured in this game. I don't even remember seeing Rashad Bateman in the game. I don't ever remember seeing Rashad Bateman in this game. They say he got injured in the game. I don't even remember seeing him get injured. So anyway, good win. And I think that's really it. I think that's all I had to talk about. I talk about all, I mean, oh, how did I forget Justin Tucker? Let's talk about special teams. Justin Tucker, man. I don't know where to begin with Justin Tucker, man. I mean, he missed 2 field goals. He made 2. He missed 2 field goals. He missed the extra point. He missed the extra point to the left, hit the goalpost. He missed the field goal to the left, and then he missed the field goal to the right. I don't know what you do with Justin Tucker, but like I said, the bye week is coming at the right time. We got to get right with Justin Tucker, because if we're going to win football games going forward, Justin Tucker needs to be, he don't even got to be on his A game. He just got to be on his B game. Because right now, Justin Tucker is really playing at a C level rate, and we can't have Justin Tucker kicking in the 70 percentile range. Even if he gives us 85% from here on out, we'll take it. But we can't have Justin Tucker missing field goals and playing his worst football when we're trying to make a playoff push. So yeah, and I'll leave it at that. I'll talk more about Justin Tucker during the bye week. All right, that is the post game show. This is your boy Retro Recap. Once again, Philadelphia Eagles beat the Baltimore Ravens 24-19, pick up their 10th win of the season at the bank. They came in, they took what was theirs, and they're walking out. And all I can say is you earned it. You've earned that right to walk out with your head high because you did the damn thing. Shout out to Smooth Cave. Shout out to, for being here for the Madden pregame show. Shout out to Chicken Seconds for the super chat. Shout out to David Clemens. Shout out to City John Juice, Crispy Cream, Tiffany the Great, everybody that came through to the stream. I appreciate everybody for coming through, and you guys have a wonderful night.